And there you go. It is live.
How about that? We didn't get a countdown this time, so
we didn't get a countdown. We
it's like Be Live. It's different every time.
Yeah, slightly different every time, but it is what it is. So it'll be interesting because we're supposed to be. We'll see. I was going to go ahead and open up this other thing. We'll be ready in a minute, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure of that.
Oh God!
Not positive, but pretty sure.
Fall? Is it fall yet?
It is fall yet. I think we started this year off as fall.
Oh my gosh! It's just it's crazy. It's crazy. And I saw something today online that I wanted to give a shout out to Bobby Walker. He did a one of his broadcasts, and it was talking about, hey, are you don't get discouraged at this time of the year whenever you see all these, washers out here talking about, oh my gosh, I'm so busy and it's so crazy and life is so good right now. And, especially if you're the new guy going, what the heck is wrong with me? If I'm not doing that. And it's really, really important to think about that because, it can be discouraging if you're starting out and going, oh, well, all these guys say that they're doing 25 jobs a day and, or making enough to buy a Ferrari and blah, 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 blah. But
you're sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah. He also pointed out that a lot of these guys show kind of cherry picking and they show all the good and none of the bad. And the bad stuff, that's out there.
And there's plenty of that. For sure.
There really is, I mean, laughing about the bad. It's literally 9:00 Eastern right now, and I couldn't even make it back to my office. Dinner got delayed. Tanya and I both had to work late at the office getting stuff done, and gosh, just ugh.
I got in early today.
Shut up.
I did. I got in early today. So there you go. Hey. All right. So we're going to make a couple of announcements. A couple of them are a little bit still on the early side, but chomping at the bit to get a couple of these things out. Anyhow, one of the things we're going to talk about is the huge convention. And I think I don't know if you guys are going to the huge convention, but you should go to the huge convention, and we're going to give you another reason to go to the huge convention. If you haven't bought your tickets yet, Ray, how much do they get off?
Oh, man. Actually, we have a special deal with a special code. I believe it is $50 off.
$50 off.
That was what I think you negotiated with the. I mean, you're working so hard behind the scenes, Doug, and it's just absolutely amazing. And I feel like I'm letting you down because I'm still out here washing. I'm still washing.
You're supposed to be out there washing.
But it's amazing. You got up with the guys at the huge and got a special discount code for spray wash. And my understanding is if it's $50, is that for one ticket or two tickets, or does it matter?
It's for one ticket?
Wow.
Yeah. So the way it works is that if you go to thehugeconvention.com and then you scroll down and you're going to buy tickets, there's it's $249 for a ticket. You get $50 off with the promo code Spray Wash. That's the promo code Spray Wash. Super secret word, Spray Wash. Yep. Spray Wash is the super secret code.
Yep.
Anyhow,
nice.
So if you type in Spray Wash for your discount code, you get $50 off. So right now it's only $199. I meant to look and see when it was going up. Let me see if I can do that. But if you buy two tickets, let's see. If you buy two tickets, it's $373.50 for two. So basically, you get one ticket at full price, one at half price. And then if you buy a 5-pack, it's $747. So right now, if you're going by yourself, promo code Spray Wash, and you get $50 off. So right now, they're $199. I don't know when that's going to go up. I'm going to find that out, and then I'll post that at a later date and time. One of the things that they wanted to announce is that the huge convention will happen this year. Okay, the questions have been like last year. Was there the whole, what do we got going on? Rona.
Yep.
The whole Rona thing. So the Rona thing isn't going to happen because supposedly, I guess it was today that the governor of Georgia
Great
said
state of Georgia.
Yeah, July 1st, all
everything's
bets are off.
open.
You
right.
can go back to your normal life and do whatever it is you want to do. So another special announcement, since the COVID restrictions have been lifted July 1st, at the huge convention, you'll be able to do anything you want to do. It's official. We've made it official. Ray will be naked on the balcony, just so you guys know. It's all going to be.
Hey, we're trying to bring people there, not drive them away in droves. So,
yeah. There you go.
But, I understand that Georgia will be officially open for business, and that's pretty darn incredible.
That is awesome.
And I think they're also doing in case something did happen, they had like a 10% plus money back guarantee where you get 10% or 10% of the value on or something. So, it's really, really kind of cool. I see Thad is chiming
in there. Hey, Thad, good to see you.
And the huge this year is just, golly, we all felt like we got cheated out of something amazing.
Yeah.
Last year and missed the fellowship and the education and the hanging out with our friends and the sharing ideas in the bars and I literally felt like I missed part of my professional life by not getting to attend that. And just recently you and I have gone to a couple of small events. And it felt so good to be back with guys in the industry and just absolutely amazing. So
just nice to get in and get our feet wet again. So
yeah, it was fantastic. So what's up, MTH, joining us out there? And James Brown over on YouTube asked if I've got my vaccine. I have not yet. I will. I don't know when, but I will.
I'm not so sure that's going to be happening in my neck of the woods.
Hey, keep talking. Excuse me one second.
I don't get the flu shot. I'm not getting the other shot, and I'm not getting the other shot. And maybe I'll just get shot. I don't know, but I'm not. I don't, like I said, I don't do the flu shot, so I'm not going to do the COVID shot, and I don't get sick that often, and so maybe I'll get sick and get really sick. I don't know, but I don't get the flu shot, so so something some people don't know. I was a combat medic in the service, and so as that, I had to give shots, and when it came, a lot of those medics, the training wasn't that great. So when it came time to give, we had to get all of our shots and all that kind of stuff. I went to my commander and I'm like, I'm just going to give myself my own shots. He's like, you can't do that. I'm like, watch. And I aspirated everything. I got it all. And he's like, all right, you're good to go. So yeah, I'm not afraid of shots. I'll give myself shots, but I just don't, that's not where I go. So anyhow.
I had a whenever I was younger, I was actually on allergy shots like twice a week until my parents figured out that it was this awesome scam that like it'd take me into the doctor's office and it was like, so twice a week I would get McDonald's for lunch, and they would pick me up and take me to the doctor's office. Finally, my dad's like, hey, can't we do this at home? And the doctor's like, well, yeah, of course you can, and so then I was like, my dad just jabbing me with a needle. I'm like, God, can I please go back? And now, hey, I'm on Humira now, which is an injection that I give myself, twice a month. So, yeah, the shot part doesn't bother me, but the corona vaccine that kind of maybe does, but I'm not going to say that loud.
Anyhow, we do have another super special announcement that I want to make. The date is somewhat set, but subject to a day or two change. And that's going to be an in-person, hands-on class that we're going to do in Tallahassee, Florida, that is going to be cleaning a hotel. So we've already got it set that we're going to be cleaning a hotel. There's one hotel, but two hotels side by side, owned by the same company. That we're going to do a walk around on both of the hotels. We're basically going to do a full blown walk around on both of the hotels, and then we're going to do an actual cleaning on one of the hotels. And I think that's going to be what, 2.5 days, Ray?
Yeah, 2.5, 3 days or so, and that'll be an intense, So this is an ownership group that I worked for a great deal, and it's come about because you and I didn't plan on doing this, but I got the call to, hey, let's do this hotel. Submitted the bid to do it, and then you and I were talking about what I had going on in my schedule, and we said, well, we're sitting here writing a commercial cleaning or a hotel cleaning class for the academy. Well, what if we did the launch and the kickoff of that class and actually did an in-person schooling on that? Because hotels are one of those very unique type scenarios. I mean, it's different than most commercial. It's more profitable than a lot of commercial. There's very specific rules you need to follow on hotels, and it's also one of those things that you get in there and golly, they pass you around whenever they realize that you're really good at doing this and really, really good at managing the people and the traffic flow and the concerns, the very specific, unique concerns that hotels have. And
that's what keeps, they pass you around like a $3 hooker for the most part. Did I say that?
They really do. I mean, it's and something a lot of people don't realize about that. There's actually very few individual hotel owners out there, at least as far as with top quality tiers, the top quality flags out there. The Holiday Inns, the Marriotts, that and the Hiltons.
Mm-hmm.
They're either corporately owned or it's an ownership group, and an ownership group may have anywhere from 3 to 25 hotels in it. So once they love you, they love you. I just got sent a referral out for one actually of this ownership group down in Orlando. Outside of Orlando a little bit, and because they said, Ray, we love the way that you work, and who do we use down here? And I told them, my choice on that. So
somebody got a great referral.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's kind of cool whenever your people come to you and say, hey, who do I use, on that? And one of the things we have with the map, on Spray Wash Pro is, a lot of times when people call our office looking for referrals of people other places, it's like, hey, Spray Wash Pro, we've got a bunch of pros out here. Find your pro there. It's pretty darn neat. But so yeah, I'm real excited about that class, and it's something that will be digitized. Anybody that comes to it, and you'll be getting more information soon about this. Mm-hmm. But you'll have access to the online version, and you will have the hands-on. Let's do this. Let's talk about blocking traffic. Let's talk about timing. Let's talk about what the owners want. One of the things that we have planned for this, we'll have to see how their schedule goes, is one of the regional managers of this ownership group coming in there and giving a little talk about, hey, this is what's important to us as the owners of that. This is one of the things that we'd like to come to fruition. Now, obviously, things like that may change and may not work out because we're dealing with their schedule, but that's one of the things that we're going to talk about in there.
So even if not, we may try to get them in, on a Zoom meeting with us or something. Right. Don't know what's going to happen. We're going to do our best to try to give it the absolute best that we can for you. It's going to be a great class. The one thing I do want to let everybody know, it's going to be limited to 20 people. That's it. Yeah. And then we're going to do, we're still working on a little bit of a plan for it, but we'll probably be first day some people inside, some people outside, to try to give everybody as much hands-on, actual out there learning about wind and learning about how things go. And then the second day, the swap over where the people that were inside are now outside. We're working on room blocks and everything right now. What we're probably going to end up doing is we'll give you a couple of different options, but one of the options will likely be that it'll be an all-inclusive deal except for dinners. We'll take care of your hotel, breakfast, lunch kind of thing. And then everybody's on their own for dinner and cocktails afterwards. And then secondarily, if you want to stay off property, which I don't recommend at all, then we can knock the hotel fees off of there. But going to recommend that you stay on property. We'll be able to go over things, talk about things, get everything handled the way that it's supposed to be handled, and should be a really, really good class. So it's currently set for what? Cinco de Mayo, starting on Cinco de Mayo.
Right. Sometime in that area, that beginning part of it. Something else you'll get to be doing too is working with our crews. You'll actually be working with the spray wash crews to get this hotel done. I mean, this isn't a spray 10 foot of the hotel and say, oh, we did a demo. I mean, literally, this is my, well, not my crew, Tanya's crew, doing this job, and working hand in hand with them as we do it. And then, you and I talking about the business aspect of it. So what, who's making a funny?
Thad said Doug loves staying off property, right?
Oh my God. Yeah. There's no Motel 6 there. Sorry.
No.
I had a couple of comments over here. They're coming in from the YouTube. So somebody, Baz Vids, I have a huge job, need help. Slate roof, 1800 that's not tiled on top of each other. 1/2-inch gap between the run, moss, lichen, and glio. Any tips? Thinking 4% no soap. I tell you what, I'd love to see pictures of it. If you've got some things, feel free. Send us some pictures into info@spraywashacademy.com. info@spraywashacademy.com. I wouldn't even want to speculate about it on a live because that sounds like a freaking nightmare. You are going the right way with the no soap. Anybody who doesn't understand no soap on slate needs to get some training. But yeah, send us pictures of that, and Doug and I'll take a look at it and reach out to you with all your content. Another one is Cosmic Rain LLC. I'm very new to the industry. How long did it take you to get insurance? What do you say to the customer till you get it? Cosmic, it should take you no time, and it should take you your first day to get insurance. In fact, you should get insurance before your first day.
Before you do your first job, before you sell your first job, you get insurance. That should be the first thing you get. General liability to start, workers' comp. I mean, you don't need workers' comp right off the bat if it's just you, but you need general liability to protect your butt.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things. There was somebody out a couple weeks ago saying, "Oh, take your Trump stimulus money and start a pressure washing business." And he talked about you can buy your pressure washer for this, and you can buy your this for that. And the one thing that he never ever mentioned was buying your insurance. And by gosh, you have got to have insurance. I mean, accidents happen, houses burn down, electrical issues happen, people die. I mean, just a litany of things that if it can go wrong, it will go wrong,
and stuff that's not even your fault.
It might, exactly. It might not even be your fault, but if you're brand new at it, it's more likely it is your fault. And gosh, get insurance. I mean, that's. Oh, just get insurance.
You really that should be the very first thing. And I guess the real question is, how long did it take to get the insurance? You can get a binder the same day. Depends on who you talk to. But Joe Walters Insurance Company has been known for this industry. I know there's some issues going on right now, but you should still be able to get insurance through them or contact a local agent. They'll be able to help direct you in the right direction to get the right person to get your general liability insurance policy. That's the very first thing you do before you walk out on any job. You get your insurance.
Cosmic is saying he can't afford it. He used everything he had to get started. I disagree. You can afford it. Find some way to get it, and you don't have to go out there like me and have a $2 million. Understand that the projects that you're doing and what you're going after. If you're doing driveways, if you're knocking on doors and trying to do driveways or lower end houses, gosh, I mean, you don't have to go crazy. And I'm a big advocate. We're covered with a $3 million, between $2 million general liability, $2 million at this point umbrella, and then $1 million on the workers' comp. I mean, we're covered pretty high on insurance. However, even if you got a $25,000 policy, a $50,000 policy for $50 or $60, it would be nothing at all. If nothing else, just to legitimize you and to say that, hey, this is a normal expense that I'm going to have to budget for.
So Kent Holmes said something that I want to put up there. If you can't afford insurance, you damn sure can't afford a civil suit. And man, I can't stress that enough, that is absolutely true. And look, go this direction, if you would. So you can't afford insurance right off the bat. All right. Maybe don't go after the roof cleaning and the house washing right away. Maybe go after just driveway cleaning, and maybe just go after the bare bones minimum, if you would, to get yourself a little experience behind the gun and that kind of thing, and maybe make up a little bit of money to be able to get that insurance and make that a number one goal right off the bat. I mean, I can tell you as it goes down, Kent Holmes also said my stimulus check was like $275. That wouldn't even cover 2 months of our insurance. I think, Ray, I don't know where you're at, but I know with everything, right? Insurance for trucks, workers' comp, general liability, all the other stuff. I mean, 30, 40, 50 grand a year.
Yeah, I spent, well, let me see if I can log on to it here. I was actually shocked today because I was playing on QuickBooks earlier, and I was shocked at how much I had spent on insurance.
It's amazing.
I don't have my QuickBooks on my phone here, but and again, and I get it, and we're not trying to at all come down on you at all costs. I get it. Trust me. I started out poor as anybody. Doug did too in this business. And I probably did work for a month or so without insurance. I get it. I mean, I really do, but just take it from two guys that have been there. You can't afford to work without it. It's I remember that I've only had one insurance claim, and it was for a fire alarm system at an apartment complex, and it was a $2,400 problem. And at that point $2,400 would have put me out. I mean, it would have put me out of business. I did not have $2,400. Nowadays, if I had a problem, a $2,400 problem, I would gladly write a check for it instead of filing that on insurance at all. So
yeah, you'll have little things that happen here and there, and I mean it is better to just cut them a check or give them some cash or whatever the case may be for the little things that happen. But the insurance really is for more that bigger stuff. But it's also, I mean, this isn't a discussion about insurance, because it's also important to know what insurance does, what it doesn't do, and all those kind of happy things. So, there's that. So, all right. So, where are we at? I think
where are we at? All right. We talked about the huge convention. We've got a much larger audience now. So let's get back and circle back around.
And
talk about the huge convention again. So huge convention, Atlanta, Georgia, August 2021. If you have never been to the huge convention and you're in the cleaning industry, the window cleaning, pressure washing, soft washing, service industry, this is an event you don't want to miss. This will be my fourth one. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, it's 2 days of the convention, a day of three, a pre-show too. We'll be, spray wash. We'll be doing 2 classes ourselves. most likely at this point, the basics class and then the plant and property class. Obviously, we reserve the right to change that, but we're looking like we're going to do a pre-show with that beforehand, and then the convention itself, which is just 2 days of hour-long knowledge-based classes, not about demos, not about hands-on, but about business, about just business. I mean, and it's you could be sitting there you could be sitting there talking to somebody, having a drink with someone in a class with someone. They might be doing $100,000 a year. They might be doing $10 million a year in washing. It's very, very, it's not possible. It's probable that you're going to be rubbing elbows with people that are doing more than you at that convention. And it's really a beautiful, beautiful thing in that respect. So
every single year. I mean, it's a great thing to do. So, and a quick reminder here, if you go to thehugeconvention.com, you go down to get your tickets. The tickets are $249. Then they got a coupon code in there. You type in spray wash and you're going to get $50 off of a ticket, which means that right now, until the tickets go up, you're at $199 for a ticket. They're not going to get any cheaper. You might as well grab them now, plan on going. $199. I don't think you can beat that with a stick for what the huge convention is. You're going to
for the
get
value of that, for the and I was always kind of you and I grew up in this industry doing a different set of kind of conventions and shows, and I think you and I, when we both wound up meeting in New Orleans for the one there, you and I, our eyes like just got big as saucers, going, what in the heck is this? I mean, this is not these 50, 75, 100 person events that we had gone to. This is 1,500 raving fans who love their business, who are just like, yes, I love power washing, and this is the best industry in the world. And it's freaking amazing, guys. I mean, the synergy you get if you don't walk away from that education pumped up and filled with ideas, there's something wrong with you. There's literally no. I mean, if you want a good barometer,
it's time to work for McDonald's.
If you want a barometer of should you be in this industry or not, go to that convention. If you don't walk out of those doors, if you don't leave Atlanta feeling just, oh my God, I can take over the world, you shouldn't be in this industry. That'll be it. That'll be the best money you've ever invested to figure out this isn't what you should be doing.
Look, Atlanta is a really easy in, easy out, massive airport, kind of a thing. It's not like, Branson, which was a great place to go, but it was a little bit more difficult to get into. Atlanta, it's and everything is there, shuttle. I mean, all kinds of different stuff. And the governor has said that July 1st, everything opens back up again. So there won't be any restrictions. The huge convention is going to be a go. And just on some off chance that it's not going to be a go, the new owners of the huge convention have said they're giving a 110% guarantee that it's going to happen. So if it doesn't happen, there's a guarantee behind it, which is amazing. I mean, totally amazing. So,
and I assume these tickets are also, if it's anything like what Thad and Chris started in the beginning, that the ticket, I know we've already had one ticket price increase, and the closer we get to it, the tickets tend to go up. So, I mean, I knew people that paid, I want to say $500-600 in Branson as it gets closer and closer.
I believe that is the case.
So like you said, they will never be cheaper than they are right now, at least for this year. Somebody said, that's how I felt after the class in PA. I mean, awesome. You know what? I love to inspire people, because that's how I'm so glad, you felt that way. And, Doug and I were both did that plant and property class in PA and love it. I love hearing that kind of feedback, because I want you to be inspired, and any of this inspiration that we say is not bullcrap information. It's tried true what we do.
Not only that, but when you take like classes from us too, we try to stay out of that he said, she said, they said. So we give specific manufacturer stuff and all that, like in our classes, and we don't want to give out false information. And I think that's something that's really key here in what you're learning from and growing from. I really, really appreciate that, Ryan. So getting back to
somebody's asking the dates again.
So August 18th is the pre-classes, right? So you really want to get in on the 17th, the night of the 17th to get in. There's pre-classes on the 18th, which I think right now there's the 2 classes by the Spray Wash Academy. I believe Power Wash U is having a class, and I believe that
is it Clippa?
Clippa, yeah, the Clippa, the lighting thing.
Yeah, the Christmas light thing. I mean, and think about that, guys. Anybody interested in Christmas lights? And I'm not trying to pimp out Clippa over us.
Yeah.
I mean, by all means, take
that. That should tell you guys out there that we're real, meaning that we're willing to send you towards other classes as well if they better fit what you need than our classes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the lighting industry is absolutely huge, and people have done really, really well on that. And if it's something you're thinking about doing, I mean, to have a training with experts, there would be good. Cosmic is saying, he wished he could afford to go and get some real training. Cosmic, it's just like you said with the insurance earlier. It's about your goals, man. I mean, you need to write yourself a budget. You need to say, this is what I need. This is what I want to invest back in my company. I don't know if you're doing this full time yet. If you've got if this is a side hustle for you, if you're just plugging along or however you're doing it, but just make a budget. I mean, understand every successful business out there, and I don't care if you are spray wash exterior cleaning, I don't care if you're Coca-Cola or Tesla or anything in between. I've got real low end of the scale there and real high end of the scale. You've got a budget, you've got a plan in mind, you've got to hold back for your savings, and you're gonna, for every $100 you make in this industry, save back 40% of it. 20% of that's going to be for equipment, 20% will be for education. I mean, it's if you make $100, you really didn't make $100, you just made $30. And just think about your budgeting for that. It's so important.
The other thing, Cosmic, look at it this way. If when you say you can't afford, one of the biggest reasons that you can't afford to go a lot of times boils down to hotel rooms, food, the gas to get there, whatever. Try to hook up with some other people, right, that are going to be going from your area. Maybe try to carpool down. I know, like, I could make it up to the Pennsylvania event. I could pack somebody else in the car. We could drive 24/7 to get there and be there in a day and a half, I think, if it were something like that. So Atlanta's only 8 hours for me. But what I'm saying is that find guys that are in your area. First of all, you're going to get good camaraderie just making the drive there, number one. Number two, you guys can split hotel rooms. So 4 guys in one hotel room. I'm going to tell you what, I would sleep on the floor. Knowing what I know now and what the huge convention can bring to me, I would sleep on the freaking floor to do that.
Well, in years past, Doug, over at Spray Wash Academy on Facebook, and if you're not a member of Spray Wash Academy, highly recommend. We're going to ask you 3 questions. What's your name? Will you not be a peckerhead, in your interactions with people? Sorry, you got a 5-year-old running around, and and what's your company name? And even if you don't have a company name, tell us what you plan on but over at Spray Wash Academy on Facebook, I mean, I think every year there's always people talking about, hey, I'm in Georgia. I'm going to Branson. Anybody want a room together? Does anybody want to do this, to do that? I mean, you're talking hotel rooms at this freaking amazing hotel were like $79 a piece. I think Sid said he was getting them for. I mean,
You split that fully.
It's do it, you know. And you know, one of the things too about this, keep in mind about this industry, and Doug, if I drop off, I realize how low my battery is on my iPod here. I'll jump on my phone. I'll come back on. But you know, this is an industry, and I respect anybody side hustle or doing it part time as long as you're doing it right. But you know, this is the kind of thing. I understand that. And I'm saying this with all humbleness in the world, this is a job that you can start out with a Lowe's pressure washer and graduate to a multi-million-dollar a year business. I mean, and it can happen a lot faster than you realize it. I mean, I think we had done our first million by 3 years into it, you know, or cumulative million. And now we have numbers like that annually. And it's not something that if you just learn, know, follow the right people, ask the right questions, and do this business can be a financial just godsend for everybody, you know. So
I can tell you, Ray and I are in the same boat as far as starting out with really nothing, having nothing to start our exterior cleaning businesses. And I've only shared this one time, and I'm going to share it again here today, and that is my time with Cajun Soft Wash. I started with nothing. I started $40,000 in credit card debt on the
You started with less than nothing.
Yeah, I started with less than nothing. And guess what? Over my time of ownership with Cajun Soft Wash, literally just under 8 years, I paid off. Let me also go this direction. I live below my means. I live below my budget, if you would. I because of my previous life and all that kind of stuff, I was behind the 8 ball. I paid off over $500,000 worth of stuff before I sold my company. Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done that working for somebody else. And I couldn't have done that had I not put my nose to the grindstone. So my point in telling you that is that you can, if you want something, I can't say that I guarantee you're going to make it, because you and I are different. And if you don't, you've got to put your nose to the grindstone and make it happen. You got to grab it by the cojones and you got to go for it. So conventions like this, I can tell you, I have met amazing people, made amazing connections. You get yourself a mentor. You know, sometimes you self-appoint them, whether they like it or not.
Sometimes you just keep bugging them, you know, and showing up and calling them, and
kind of things. But the point is that it's something that you can make a very nice living at. You don't have to grow to the 4 or 5 truck company or the 50 or 100 truck company. You don't have to do that. If you're happy with one truck, we've said it before, we'll say it again. You know, you can do that, right? So if you can at all get there, go to the convention. It's a really good thing. And so James Brown asked, so the 17th through the 21st. Yeah, the 17th is a good day to get there, because the 18th is the day before classes, and then the convention kicks off the 19th and 20th, and a lot of guys will leave in the evening of the 20th, or they'll leave out for on the 21st. So those are good dates, good numbers. Remember, one more time, I'm going to tell you, the huge convention, your tickets right now, $249. But if you use the coupon code of spray wash in the coupon code, you get $50 off. So they're $199 right now. And if you buy 2 tickets, it's $373.50. If you buy a 5-pack of tickets, it's $747. So just to make sure I get that out there.
So couple of comments here. Al saying, you know, can't make a buck, gets discouraged, just gets scared around being around people. You know, that's actually one of the beautiful things about this industry, Al, is that you can schedule, you can make your contact, you can make your sales process fit your unique abilities. If you're the guy who is the personable people, I'm good at face-to-face, belly-to-belly with customers, then play to that strength. If you're the guy who's a technical, you want to get the email requests sent into you and can either drive by the house, drive by the roof and look, but you want to talk to people online, email, through the website, that can work to your strength as well. I mean, that's one of the things that I love about this industry is there's no rule book that says you have to be like Spray Wash and have 4 service trucks. You don't have to be like Cajun and do what Doug did. You don't have to be a single owner operator. You don't have to be like Rolling Suds up in Pennsylvania. You can do this how you want to do it, how it works best for you. The only rules are to not mess up the property, to not hurt your guys, and to get paid. There you go. There's your 3 rules for success in this. So, if you hate talking to people, seeing people, channel it to
hire a salesperson.
Yeah, hire a salesperson. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you what, there's guys in Arizona that they don't have roof cleaning. They do it just as pressure washing and whatever else they do. There's guys up in where is Sid from? Sid's up there in Wyoming or something.
Wyoming, Montana, some
Montana, Wyoming.
Yeah.
It's all the same, sheep. No. Mm-hmm. Anyhow, and he has sheep too. But anyhow, that they don't do the same thing as we do down here. So you can branch out, go any direction that you want to with it, grow with it, be with it. Take it.
I mean, you realize there's guys that make good livings just dryer vent cleaning. There's guys that make good living just doing dumpster pads, just doing hoods, just doing windows. I mean, you can specialize and do just exactly what you want. BB Herndon asked what classes I'll be teaching at the Huge. Well, Doug and I, as it stands right now, we'll probably be doing our basics class, which is just kind of a good primer on soft washing, understanding the mysteries of soft washing. And then we'll probably be doing the plant and property protection. This is in the pre-stages of that. That could change. As far as the convention schedule itself, I don't know what I'll be teaching. I don't know if I'll be a keynote again. I don't know if Doug, what class Doug will be doing, what class I'll be doing. I don't think they have that final schedule.
I don't think they have anything scheduling wise done on that side of it yet. So we don't know where we're at on that. If we're on that, we don't know at this point.
I see Cosmic and James are hooking up on here right now about, having somebody on here. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's the joy of this industry. Guys are willing to help people out, and thank you, James. I mean, it's
reach out to one another.
I love it. It's what I love about this industry,
Absolutely. All right, so I'm going to circle back around real quick on this and then get back into what we're going to be doing in Tallahassee for y'all. So first of all is the Huge Convention, which is going to be, I encourage you to get to the Huge Convention on the 17th because the 18th is the pre-classes, 19th and 20th are the convention, and then that's it for that. If you sign up for the Huge Convention, down at the bottom link, it's $249. If you put in Spray Wash as your promo code, you get $50 off. So $199 right now. You can't beat that. And I'm stoked because Thad's stoked. Love Thad. And getting back to it, we're also going to be doing an in-person training event in Tallahassee, Florida. We're shooting for Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, 5th, 6th, and 7th of May, I believe we're going to try for right now. That's going to be an in-person, hands-on hotel cleaning. And
cleaning. I mean, that's
what's that?
Well, it's just it's discussing. For those guys that came in later, we're going to be live cleaning a hotel. We're going to be doing classroom instruction about how to get hotels, how to get commercial sales, how to specifically target hotels. Talking to the hotel manager about what's important for a cleaner so you can kind of detail your sales presentation to what this person wants to hear. And then we're going to be talking about the what's up, what you need to know, what you need to, what are the specifics? What times do we clean these hotels? What There's so much that goes into a hotel. A hotel is not like an office building. A hotel is very, very different than anything else. But you'll be working with me and Doug and my actual crews as we wash this hotel. This isn't 10 minutes of, oh, hold this gun and wave it around on this wall. You'll actually come with to a dirty hotel. You will leave a clean hotel. You can take pictures for your portfolio going, absolutely. Look what, snap, look what I cleaned. This is me working at this job, You
will be able to use those pictures in your marketing. Mm-hmm. They will be your pictures to use for your marketing. And just so you know, we're gonna try to run 2 separate crews as far as actual spraying time. We want to make sure it's limited to 20 people, and that's it. Looks like Ray just dropped off. I think he had battery issues with his phone, so he was going to try to come back on maybe with his phone. He had issues with his laptop. We knew that this was probably going to happen, so apologize for Ray falling off. But look, this is going to be something that is hands-on for y'all. It's limited to 20 people. That's it. That's all that they're going to allow us to bring in. So once it's sold out, it's sold out. End of story. Done deal. We're creating a package right now where you're going to be able to get your hotel, your breakfast, and your lunch paid for. You'll be on your own for dinner and anything, happy hour, social hour, whatever. You'll be on your own for that. Will there be fire hydrant training? No, there's not going to be any fire hydrant training. Actually, depending on what's out there, though, we might be we might be using some pro taps, getting into things. And again, remember, there's 2 hotels on property, or they're directly across the street from each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to be staying in one hotel and cleaning that particular hotel, but we're also going to do a full-blown walk around of the other hotel, discussing what's going to happen there, how it should happen there, all those kinds of things. Jeremy just asked about planting property online. Yeah, that was something else that Ray and I were going to touch on. Jeremy, I'll get back to that. I'm just going to go ahead and finish up here a little bit about the hotel. So again, we're trying to get the property manager to be able to come in and do a talk with you as well. This is going to be kind of the full process, right? So from how to land the hotel, how to price the hotel, and actually go out and physically get dirty, spray the job, do the job. So at least you have an understanding of how that works, how your safety needs to be, how your wind is going to affect you, what's the best time of day to do it, when shouldn't you do it, what should you watch out for, all of these kinds of little factors that are going to fall into play with that. Welcome back, Ray.
Hey, what's happening? Oh, Flying J are you volunteering to clean the hotel free? No, I do nothing for free. This is actually an ownership group that I worked for multiple times. You probably weren't here earlier whenever we first talked about this, but I actually had this ownership group call me to do another hotel for them. We've done multiple hotels in the past and multiple hotels multiple times. And they said, well, it's time to get this hotel done. And Doug and I were talking because Doug's been in Tallahassee recording a lot. And I said, wow, it's so strange. Maybe we ought to just go ahead and do the commercial training there, because we'd already planned on doing a hotel training class for Spray Wash Academy. And what the heck, it just kind of worked out that way. So no, this is one we're actually getting paid for as well. So am I double dipping? Yes, absolutely. So look, I want to touch on this. Joe said, just tuned in, how do we get info on the hotel class? So look, I said at the very beginning, this is a little bit premature because we haven't nailed down the exact dates yet. That's it. But we're going to end up having it on the Spray Wash Academy website. We'll also post in the groups, all that. If you want the info on it, you can email me, Doug@spraywashacademy.com, info@spraywashacademy.com, either or. Doug@spraywashacademy.com. I'll put you on the list to get you in and get you everything you need as it comes available to us. We wanted to make the announcement about the huge, so we're throwing in the class in Tallahassee because that pretty much just came to fruition today, knowing that it is actually going to happen. So we just wanted to be able to get that out there for you and, make sure that we put the info out. And
another thing that I think we wanted to touch on, we hadn't done yet. So we're getting ready to launch our online classes. We've been pushing that. And where's that? Jeremy had asked about the plant and property online. Yes, Jeremy. That is a class I'm physically working on right now. Ray is physically working on that one right now. There's so much to the plant and property class. We're trying to have it done to put it online when we launch here in about another 2 weeks. So one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving away a how to get business from realtors. Okay, this is going to be a free download. Again, this is premature. I apologize for that, but it's going to be. We're going to have links all set up so that you'll be able to click on the link, insert your email address, get it sent directly to you, no cost, no nothing, and superbly valuable tool for you and for your company to start working with realtors as well. I think that's going to be an awesome little thing for you. So all these are things we're working on.
Questions on here. How many stories will the hotel be? Believe this is a 3-story hotel.
3 for the one, and then the other one that we're going to talk about but not clean is what, 6?
We 6 stories over there, and we might even go over and clean a little bit for them if they have some touch up here. Not touch ups. We cleaned it in October, November of last year. If there's some areas that I see are getting dirty, we might even go over there and just clean some on that for the fun of it. And then somebody else is asking, what equipment we'll be using. I believe this hotel is a drive-it / EFIS synthetic stucco on the exterior. So there'll be some areas where we use a booster pump, and there'll be some areas where we probably downstream.
I was going to say a pump-up sprayer, so I'm not right.
Yeah, pump up and a garden hose.
Yeah.
One of the things
we're going to be using Ray's equipment, so he doesn't run. I mean, you don't have an air pump, do you? No. So it'll be booster pumps, right, just for the fun of it. Well, like you said, downstreaming some, all that kind of thing. So whatever equipment's on the truck.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we always we carry multiple redundant systems on all of our trucks. I mean, if you have a pressure washer, well, my God, you ought to have a downstreamer. If you have a pressure washer, you should have an X-Jet too. If you have a booster pump, well, then there's another way, because really, as we teach in our classes, all of these are nothing but if you're going after organic growth, at least if you're going after the green grime, nasty, gooky stuff that's growing on there. All of this is nothing but a bleach delivery system. Mm-hmm. And that's where people get so caught up in the analysis paralysis about what should I get? What should I use? I don't know. Or they want to argue that an air is better than a booster, or a booster is better than a gas. Blah, 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 blah.
Which system is actually the best, Ray?
The one you use?
The one you use.
So Baz is saying, come to New Jersey. It's funny you mentioned that, because a good friend of ours was actually trying to talk us into doing an event in Atlantic City. I hadn't even told you about this, Doug, but Jerry.
That's where the poker's at.
Jerry Peterson said, please come to Atlantic City and bring people down to the Jersey Shore. So
because that's where poker is, and you were trying to keep me. No, I see where you're at. I see where you're at. I posted down there in the comment section, Doug at spraywashacademy.com. If y'all have any questions about that, just if you have any questions about the hotel class, the huge convention. Spray Wash Academy, Spray Wash Pro. There's some major things going on behind the scenes. Yeah.
And other classes, whenever we launch, let's see. So we're going to have the how to get the realtor business. Mm-hmm. That's not even a class. That's not
a class. Yeah, it's a
giveaway.
Yep.
But done is the how to get government contracts class, correct?
Yep.
The roof cleaning class is done.
98% done. Yeah. I'm picky, so yes.
Property is, and there's really anything ever really done because we're always changing it around.
We will always be upgrading.
Yeah. The plant and property class is being done. The selling packages class is done, I believe. So we're right. We want to with 5 classes, and
I'm also trying to get Ray to finish up if he's got time, the sanitizing class. So hopefully there will be at least those 6 to start off with when we actually put it online. Pricing and all that, we'll have all that figured out for you soon. We're still working on some things. We've got a meeting with our web guy tomorrow to get some of that stuff online. Once we get that all online, we'll be announcing it and putting all that kind of stuff out. And what are you doing?
I was trying to balance.
I saw that coming. I so saw that coming. That was awesome.
Trying to change my orientation of the camera. I'm used to sitting here in the studio doing this and not at the house. So
right. It's all good. Anyhow, so flip back through the questions a little bit. Sterilizing the inside, yes, it'll be about sterilizing the inside,
the outside. So a little of both. So yeah.
I'm in New Jersey. That would be great. Are you guys going to be doing the inside for affecting? I think that was the one for the sterilizing thing, right? Same thing. Okay, can we start on here? Wild West song.
Wild West.
Yeah.
Little tiny bit late there.
Yeah, 5-year class, 1-year pump-up sprayer. There you go.
So let's talk about something that let's address a couple of online issues too, since people are used to me being a grumpy old man.
There you
go. I woke up this morning to a bunch of messages going, "Oh my gosh, did you see this? Did you see this?" And apparently there is a web designer out there who has gone and made web pages using stolen pictures from a very well-known graphic artist, somebody who runs a printing facility. Tim. I'll say
Tim Fields. It rhymes with Fem Fields.
Yeah, Fem Fields. Tim Fields, a very, very dear friends of ours, and I use Sign Today, his company, for almost all of my print media. In fact, he's the one that did the Spray Wash Academy logos, all of the certification logos. I'll say, Tim, we need this, and Tim, gets it done. But so there was a guy in one of the other groups who had said, "Hey, what do you think about my website out here? And look, I'm number 1 at Google in my Google Maps." Well, first off, he had his location services turned on, and so Google's like, "Oh, look, I'm number 1 and half a mile from my radius." Well, duh. So Google's always going to pick your company because you're within half a mile of your radius. But then the other part is he was showing off his website that he had paid somebody money to do. And that web designer had literally gone out and stolen pictures that Tim Fields created that were copyrighted materials.
Amazing that they're still doing that nowadays.
This is, and I'm sure like everybody goes out and says, "Oh, I'm going to get this picture here and get this picture there." It's really not kosher to do. It's not. It's one thing if you go to a class and somebody says, "Okay, as a student of this class, you're welcome to use these things." But if you're just going online and grabbing pictures, going to people's websites and going, "Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool," y'all understand that like the picture that I have on the back of both of my truck, the two pictures, both of the pictures that I have on all of my trucks, I have a copyright on those photographs, and it's $125,000 a piece is the fine like a federal fine that I could get. So $250,000 for the before and the after picture on that. It's serious, guys. Federal copyright infringements are nothing to screw around with.
And I often say, watermark your photos, watermark, watermark, watermark. And then I get some kickback on that sometimes. I think Gene O'Neill is on here. And this is, I don't know if Gene's going to remember, but probably about 3 years ago, I did a post about, watermarking. There he is, about watermarking your photographs. And Gene, went in and took my logo off of my watermark things and posted it back saying that, yeah, that's not an absolute protection. And Gene's absolutely right that that's not an absolute protection. People can still remove the watermark, but guess what? Once you put something out there and you've put your watermark on it and they remove your watermark and then they're using your pictures, booyah, baby. Now you even got more.
You've got a real problem at that point. You've really got a problem. And then if you go the extra step and you pay, I think it was $75, maybe $65 at the time that I did it, to go and get a true copyright on an image, like from the federal, copyright office. Now you're literally a shoo-in. The burden of proof shifts to somebody else, but everybody has a copyright on any image you go out there and publish. You have a copyright, and you when we were sitting here writing these classes, Doug, you would go out, if we used a picture for like of a graph illustrating something, you would go and search for a free domain picture out there, not just going out and saying
Creative Commons.
Yeah. There are those pictures that you can use, but man, you can't go and just take other people's work and take credit for it. That's bad.
Hey, one other thing I want to touch on before we end up wrapping up too. Bojo Zetti had done an interview with the Tom Sveck. I think I hope I said that correctly, Sveck. Hopefully I said that right.
Yeah.
Now, Bo had done an interview with him. He is the owner of Joe Walters Insurance. The interview, they weren't recording it for whatever reason. Something happened, power outage, whatever. So they lost all of it. So he went and did another interview with the owner. That is officially out now. So we'll be putting that up on the Spray Wash Academy for y'all to look at. And I encourage you to watch that. All about insurance with what's going on with Joe Walters. Should be a really good thing to watch. It was good to get some of that information and feedback, and especially some of this that we were talking about earlier today about insurance. That way you can get a better understanding of just exactly what's going on in the insurance realm of it.
Yeah, that would be a very good interview to watch. I have not had a chance yet, but I know he went and edited it, and they spent a lot of time. The first time they recorded it, power went out and they had an issue, but it was important enough that he went back and redid the interview with Tom. So.
Mm-hmm. So
Seamus just made that comment. I want to respond to that.
Yeah, I did too. Go ahead.
It is a pretty insignificant issue. Huh? It really is in some ways. However, it's also becomes an honesty thing. But on the particular things that the particular photographs that Tim was bringing up, it wasn't just a photograph. I mean, it was a photograph with text overlay on there that said, roof cleaning, that where a graphic designer had gone in there and put, found the perfect pictures on there. So it wasn't just like a rando picture that was done somewhere. This web designer, who as somebody who's charging pressure washers money to build websites for them,
and to put
is representing himself as a professional. So he's going to another graphic designer's website and stealing photographs from that professional and essentially selling those photographs to a pressure washer and representing it as his own work.
In this case in particular, he's not even doing it for his own, own website. He's doing it to sell.
Right.
And so, even though, yeah, it seems like an insignificant issue, to me, it's also, first of all, we're very prideful of our work. And the other side of it is, I mean, look, when I first started too, I called Ray, and Ray came out with this. Did you pay for that spray bottle that says you're spraying something? It was free time.
Yeah,
it was excellent. I loved it. So I could have very easily stolen that from him, and he probably never would have found out. But I called him up and I said, "Hey, man, I love that. Can I use it? I'm not in your market, whatever." I remember, even though I never used it. Oh crap! I can't remember his name. The paver guy,
Ron or Nick.
Nick. So he's got the pavers with all the on his trucks, right? And so I loved it, and I thought, so I reached out to him. I didn't have to have his permission to even use that one, but I reached out to him. He said, "Yeah, go for it. Appreciate you asking." I ended up not going that direction. I'd already had the green color, so it kind of was working for me. But my point with that is that, man, it's a simple thing you can do is just ask, and you're going to get pictures. There's lots of guys willing to share pictures out there. You don't have to steal pictures. Just don't
so Flying J made the comment of, there's a guy in my area using one of my pictures and said something, and I said something that he gave me a bad review on Google. You know what? Somebody wants to do that to me, then it's all of a sudden game on. Mm-hmm. And Google allows you to post photographs, and I would have photo proof of that. And I would literally be back on Google myself on his going, why do you copy pictures of your competition and post them off as your own? And I'd leave that up there, and I'd say, I'll tell you what, Bubba, that's going to stay up there. And not only am I going to say bad things about it, but my mom, my daughter, my wife, everybody's going to come up there and post that same picture until you take your crap review down. Because I'm all about, like, winning business is the best feeling in the world, but I'm not going to sit there and lie about people. I'm not going to sit there and say horrible things about people. And I would never want to go out there and intentionally try and destroy my competition under false pretenses, because it's crap.
We raise each other up in the industry, and it's actually better for all of us. I know as I built my company, I mean, I helped a lot of guys in my area. It's two things. They're coming, number one, anyhow. And then number two, I'd rather, if they're going to come, they do a great job and get pricing up there and do things the right way. So it's just too easy. I don't know why you would steal pictures from somebody who's especially in your own market, because they're more apt to find them to begin with. And that just, to me, that also shows a level of, I don't want to use the word stupidity, but I'm going to use the word stupidity because
I'll tell you a little story about my own market where I had a guy, one of my competitors, and I use that term very loosely, another washer, and it was basically kind of to me, but he took one of my pictures and cropped it out and was using a portion of one of my pictures, and went and told a mutual acquaintance of mine, oh, ha ha ha, he can't do anything about that because, I took a portion of his picture and I'm using it on my marketing flyers and as the header of my website. Oh, ha ha ha. Well, I went in there and I sent my copyright documentation into his website host. He was using, was that Wix at that time? And I said, here is the photograph, here is the copyright documentation, and they literally pulled his whole website down. Gone. You
gotta fight for what's yours.
You know what? Am I apologetic about it? Not whatsoever, because we're in business, and now you're personally doing it as a little, to me, then I'll tell you what, right back at you that way, Bubba.
Yeah. And this is so true. Wild West says there's enough dirty stuff for us all to clean. I'm going to tell you what, there really is. There's no need for all this stuff, and it just, there's too much out there to clean. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not a zero-sum game, Doug. I mean, I've talked about this so many times. This is, it's actually an ever expanding pie. It's not like I get my slice, which makes your slice smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It's
growing
the more that we clean, the more that we bring awareness of this industry to other people, the more stuff other people clean. The other people wind up clean. I mean, we the more people see us, it's like the old joke about the attorney. There was an attorney in this little old southern town, and he damn near starved to death until a second attorney moved in, and he finally had somebody to sue. You know, I mean, none of the people in the town would sue each other until there was two attorneys there. Mm-hmm. But the more that we're out there cleaning, the more people see us. It's not like I win by taking something away from you. I win and you win because we expand the pie.
You know, how you really win, though, is you win by getting those customers to continuously come back to you. If you were, let's just, for argument's sake, let's say you're a one truck company, you know, after a couple of years, if you keep them coming back, you don't need to advertise. You don't need to, because guess what? They keep getting dirty. It's just the way it is, right? Yeah. Especially for us here in Southern Louisiana. I mean, you know, people would often ask me, well, how often do you recommend I wash my house? I'd say, well, at least yearly, sometimes twice a year. And we have clients that we would do twice a year. We've got one that's, I mean, this is out of the norm, but it's almost a $4,000 house wash, and they want it done twice a year.
Yeah, I've got one ourselves. We do quarterly at $1,800. I mean, it's kind of crazy. Yeah. You know, Wild West is sitting here, and Merry Christmas. I'll get back to that in 1 second. But you know, Wild West is saying, you know, $500,000 houses. They love keeping up with the neighbors. Absolutely. I mean, the keeping up with the Joneses. You find that upper middle class neighborhood. Boy, what, you know, the rich and the ultra rich. Well, the ultra rich aren't cheap. Yeah. The regular rich can be cheap.
Can be cheap, yeah.
The upper middle class can be very cheap. But then you go the upper middle class, man, what a gold mine those neighbors are, you know, in there, because they do. If Bob's getting his house washed, Fred wants to get their house washed.
I wish I knew who this was. I spend less than $1,000 per year marketing with customer retention. Abso-freaking-lutely. If you do enough, the video I did the other night, it's about the customer experience, right? Yep. And if you create that culture within your company and you give a good experience, and you can get to where you have a lot of repeat business coming back, and that there's a tremendous value to that.
I love what Wild West said, and actually I did that. And we started our trucks off numbered. We had 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 on our trucks. And then we put a 15 on there, you know, and it was great because people would see that. I mean, first of all, it was 5 damn trucks. I mean, people were like, wow, there's 5, which nobody else in my area had 5 trucks. But yeah, you can always just, even if you have one truck, put a number 5 or a 6 on there, you know, right over the wheel well. It looks kind of cool. You know, it makes you seem a little bit larger than you are. And if that's what you want to do, absolutely. So let's go back to here. What's the best way to advertise? You know, that's an age-old question, and there's so many places.
Different ways in different areas mean different things.
Yeah, exactly. What area are you in? I mean, is it an area where bandit signs are popular? Is it an area where rock flyers are? I don't do rock flyers. It's something that I don't hear about doing.
Pat Clark does the rock flyers, and he loves them, and he's king of rock flyers, really.
You know, we've got dear friends that are beasts with rock flyers. Gosh, you know, SEO is so important to have out there. I'm still a big fan of door hangers out there, and just, you know, every time we do a house, I mean, we do the 5 arounds. We do 5 on one side of the street, 5 on the other side of the house, and then 10 down the street. You know,
I think that's a really good way to advertise, because, like, for me in my area, we used a lot of Facebook. Worked really well for us in our area, and then you get others that say, oh, it worked terribly. And then you get guys that say, you know, never use Home Advisor. And then you got other guys that swear by Home Advisor. And then you got guys that hang door flyers. Ray and I have had this conversation before. I'm not a door hanger guy. but there's guys that works for. Some guys use EDDM. I can tell you, for me personally, the best advertisement for me was watermarking my photos, and using them on Facebook, sending them to the customers, because by watermarking my photos, now that doesn't necessarily get you jobs immediately, but to me, it's one of the best bangs for my buck. If I watermark those photos and I send them to Ray then shares them with his family. Oh, look what I got. Look what happened here. And
right.
Look at how nasty it was. Look how great it is. So it gets shared around. Not only that, but the watermark is on there. One of the biggest problems you have in this industry is, somebody washed my house last year, but I don't remember who they were. You've got to be able to get them to remember who you are. So using that, and then yard signs were another great way for us to advertise. Anything and everything. Wrapping my truck. I guess wrapping my trucks was probably the best advertising.
That's been mine is the wrap truck.
The big truck.
Gene O'Neill posted a great question. What's bad advertising? Mm-hmm. I mean,
well, some people say there is no such thing as bad advertising. All advertising is good. I don't agree with that, but
yeah, I tell you what bad advertising is whenever you're paying for it and not getting a return on it.
Right.
And that's, one of you're in my often frequent discussions that we have of how many people there are out here preying. I mean, they're literally predatory upon washers, saying, oh, let me run your Facebook ads. You'll get $30,000 a month. Let me do, and he's running around with a pull behind DeWalt, portable pressure washer. Bull crap. I will eat this hat if you're doing $30,000 a month consistently. With a direct drive DeWalt. I'm sorry, you're full of crap. You know who I am. I know who you are. I'm talking about you if you're seeing this video. But the people find out what works for you, and don't fall for the bull crap of people telling you, give me money and I'm going to make you successful. Give me money and I will, I'll make you rich, because it's not
guarantee your success.
You should you pay for some Facebook advice to figure out how to do the right Facebook ad? Yeah, I would say so. And there are qualified companies out there that can help you. Have them teach you how to do it. Even if it costs more up front, have them teach you how to do it, versus just keep wasting money on it over and over and over again, because then you're like, well, it's not working. Oh, well, you just didn't spend enough.
You got to keep spending. So this one here just coming through to us is Facebook user, and it says, even bad PR is PR, yes, but it's still bad PR. So yes, bad PR is still PR, but it's still bad PR, and I don't want bad PR. That's not the right way, in my opinion. Everybody gets to have their own, which is great. I don't like bad publicity. I just don't. Wild West says, I fly a 3x5 American flag off my truck and they call. Absolutely. Look at your area and look at where you're in. In some areas, you can fly, posters of Biden, and you're going to get people to call you up. In some areas, you can post pictures of Trump, and they're going to call you up. Some of them will call you complaining. Some of them will call praising. So whatever works in your area, that's what you got to use, and that's what you got to do. You've got to narrow it down to find out what it is that actually works in your area.
And it's amazing, exposure, retention, quality, persistent, and be smart. Absolutely. Wild West just made a comment on here, and I totally agree with him. I'll bet you the people that do best in Facebook, literally people that say, oh, what's the best marketing solution for you? Oh, Facebook. Those people are probably not actually spending very much money at all on Facebook. They're probably boosting posts to the right groups. They're hosting groups, or they're ingratiating themselves to groups, and they're putting pictures of their work in groups, but they're not actually going out there and paying for Facebook ads. 100%.
So Dougie, I don't buy the bad PR, just an expression. No, I understand that, and I hope I didn't come off that way, but I just wanted to make sure I got the point out there that, yeah, just even though it is PR, it's still bad PR. So you ain't got a problem here at all, not even slightly. But anyhow, I think I'm ready to wrap up. How about you, Ray Ray?
Yes, sir. I'm tired. It's late.
Long day.
Long one tomorrow. We're right in the middle of our 180 unit HOA project right now. So, and unfortunately, I'm on a truck tomorrow.
There you go. Fun stuff. Well, a couple quick reminders. Hugeconvention.com. When you go to sign up for your tickets, enter Spray Wash as your discount code. You get $50 off, and then it will be $199 for your ticket. That will eventually go up. Don't know when that's happening. We're going to be having an in-person live, hands-on hotel cleaning class in Tallahassee, Florida. We're going to be working with 2 hotels. We're only going to be cleaning one of them, but we're going to do the walk around, do kind of an overview on both of them to give you a really good idea of what you would do. One of them is a 3-story. The other one is a 6-story. We will also be posting up the interview between Bo Josetti and Tom Schveck, the owner of Joe Walters Insurance. We'll also be putting out a how to get business from realtors thing, free of charge. All you're going to have to do is fill out the form, send it off, and
yeah,
you got it. It's yours for free. So I think that's pretty much it, unless I left something out. Other than huge convention will happen because the governor said so, and because of that, Ray gets to dance naked up on the balcony. I think something.
Woo!
Woo! Anyhow, I think that's it.
All right.
I'm good with it anyhow.
All right, my friend. I'm sure we'll talk tomorrow.
Wash on.
See ya. Wash on, guys.